La Mer.
So, I am taking today to go over a Readathon TBR that I just recently found out about for next month, which is the Backlist Readathon, which is hosted by Jacqueline Wheeler, though I found out about it through Little Geek a Little Chic. So, I took some time to sort out what I wanted to read, took a minute to make some final decisions. Some books are currently on loan that I did not realize I actually recently loaned out already. But anyway. So yeah, basically the point of the readathon is to actually get through some backlisted books, which means basically any books published prior to the current calendar year 2021. So anything published 2020 or earlier, backlisted. And so there are 5 main prompts with 1 bonus prompt. The readathon is going to be from March 7th through the 13th. And so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go through the prompts and what I have chosen to read. So the first of the main prompts is to read a book published before 2017. And so, A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks, and like, I've seen the movie plenty of times when I was younger, though it's been a hot minute since I've watched it recently. But yeah, like most Nicholas Sparks books, it has some sadness in there and people fall in love, and it's contemporary. And yeah, speaking of contemporary, this also is going to double with the third prompt, which is to read a book that is backlisted from your favorite genre. And though I have a few favorite genres currently, I'm really into contemporaries. I'm gonna blame the recent release of the last To All the Boys I've Loved Before movie and the fact that I am now currently rereading the third book after having seen the movie, because I'm not ready to let go. Yeah. Let it be. So yeah, it would be good to get through this nice little tiny book pretty quickly, because this is only like 215 pages. But I also considered a few others, some other ones on my shelves that I considered. I have What Light by J. Asher, Bird Box, Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes, Nanny Diaries, Somewhere in Time by Richard Matheson, and The Other Side of Heaven by John H. Groberg. My bad. I cannot believe I messed that up. Anyway, those are some other ones for the published for 2017 from my library that I have under consideration. And some other ones for contemporary that I was considering. We have Love a la Mode, Nanny Diaries again, Love Blind, Beach Read, and One Summer in Paris. And so moving back into the other prompts, the ones that I technically skipped, the second prompt is to read a backlisted middle grade book. And so this one took a hot minute, and I'm kind of stretching the definition of middle grade potentially with this, but I don't have a whole lot of middle grade that I haven't read through yet, because I kind of made a point to try and go through most of my middle grade books prior to this. So most of them I've just already read. But I will consider this middle grade because it's the closest I kind of have at the moment that I haven't read before, which is one of the Doctor Who new series adventures, the Slovene Excursion, which features the 10th Doctor. And this was gifted to me by my best friend Beth for Christmas 2019. So yeah. And I basically don't know a whole lot about this since it was gifted to me. I've been a little nervous to read it because Slovenes aren't really my fave, and I so far have had kind of mixed feelings regarding Doctor Who stories. Some I've liked, some I haven't so much, but hopefully it'll go well since it's the 10th Doctor. Those usually tend to be good. So this says 1500 BC, King Actaeus and his subjects live in mortal fear of the awesome gods who have come to visit their kingdom in ancient Greece, except the Doctor visiting with university student June knows they're not gods at all. They're aliens. For the aliens, it's the perfect holiday. They get to tour the sites of a primitive planet and even take part in local customs like gladiatorial games or hunting down and killing humans who won't be missed. With June's enthusiastic help, the Doctor soon meets the travel agents behind this deadly package holiday company, his old enemies, the Slovene. But can he bring this Slovene excursion to an end without endangering more lives? And how are events in ancient Greece linked to a modern-day alien plot to destroy what's left of the Parthenon? Hopefully, I enjoy this one. But overall, it should at least be a quick read, because if I look back at my notes, it's only 240 pages. And of course, like the first one, nice little mass market paperbacks means it's gonna be hopefully a pretty quick read. Next we have the fourth prompt, which is a Own Voices book that is backlisted. And I have a more proper filmed video coming out this Friday as part of a book challenge where I have already decided to read this book next month, but that just gave me more excuse to kind of combine that challenge with this readathon, and so I will be reading The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas finally. I have had it on my TBR a few times, but unfortunately past readathons in particular that I tried to squeeze it into, things just didn't quite work out because there were other books that were more easily available, and we're talking about audiobooks. Because those were like my jam last year to get through stuff, because when you work from home and you're not really talking to people all day, it's a nice way to just have them playing in the background and get a lot of reading done. So yeah, this will be the pick for the Own Voices book, and also this will also be doubled up similar to A Walk to Remember, since this will also be for prompt number 5, which is a backlisted recommendation from a book influencer, because let's be honest, where was this not recommended? Because hello. The other Own Voices book that I was also considering was Color Me In. I believe the author's name is Natasha Diaz. But The Hate You Give, as I mentioned, was already on my tentative March TBR from the other challenge, so it won out. And then the other influencer recommendations were In a Holidays, Recursion by Blake Crouch, Daisy Jones and the Six, Beach Read, so on and so forth. Some pretty well mentioned books there. And then the last one in this somewhat disorganized video. The bonus prompt was to read a backlisted book from Book of the Month's choices. And I actually do have a subscription with Book of the Month and have had it for maybe a year and a half to 2 years maybe now. I want to say closer to 2 years. But anyway, I do have a fair bit of books from Book of the Month that I haven't gotten to yet. Probably the majority of my Book of the Month books. Though granted, some of them I've picked up from local bookstores that people have returned. But anyway, point is, I have several that I need to get through, so this was an awesome prompt to receive to give me like, hey, go read those, maybe. And originally I was going to choose Anxious People, since that's one I've been recently interested in getting into anyway, since G from Book Roast had it as one of her like Patreon read choices, I think for last month or the month before, but something else won out over it. And then I saw A Little Geek, A Little Chic chose it for her prompt for the Book of the Month backlist, and I was like, oh, I have that one too. That would be awesome to like actually like read something I know someone else participating in the readathon is gonna read. But then I went to go take it off my bookshelf for this video and realized I don't have it right now, because apparently I did lend it to Sasha on the last trip I took a couple weeks ago to go visit, well, it would have been a month ago actually, so January, yes, January, when I went to go visit them. So I forgot that I went ahead and lent it out, so yeah, I can't read it after all. So the one that I have decided to read instead, that is The Space Between Worlds by I can't tell if it's supposed to be a Micah or Micaiah Johnson. I feel like Micah isn't usually spelled like this, but Micaiah also sounds like I'm saying it wrong. So I don't know. I'm feeling terrible about it. But anyway, this will be the last book that I am going to attempt to read this readathon in a few weeks. Words are fun today. And anyway, a brief blurb is: an outsider who can travel between worlds discovers a secret that threatens her new home and her fragile place in it, in a stunning sci-fi debut that's both a cross-dimensional adventure and a powerful examination of identity, privilege, and belonging. So, there we go. Plus that cover, though. I mean, I'm not saying that part of the reason I've picked certain books from Book of the Month is because of the covers, but I'm not saying it either, because they got some good covers. Like, honestly, I was also tempted to choose The Sound of Stars, which is like my current, I think my favorite of all of the Book of the Month covers out of the ones I've gotten. Doing that thing is beautiful. I also have Recursion by Blake Crouch, as I mentioned earlier. Let's see, they're all like right here in front of me almost. I also have Beach Read, a bunch of Riley Sager books, like Home Before Dark, Lock Every Door, Final Girls. We have Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I haven't read yet either. There's one other one. I can't see it from here though. But anyway, those are some other Book of the Month choices that are on my personal shelf that need to be read. And so yeah, I just wanted to kind of pop in, give a quick TBR for that readathon because I have like 3 weeks planned out on my channel already and I don't want to wait super long. Speaking of those like advanced videos, technically the one going out this week is out of order because I just filmed it a couple days ago, but I was anxious to go ahead and put out the new challenge video as soon as possible before March started, since it was dealing with my March TBR. So yeah, trying to open it up now. So this Friday we have my new book challenge that I decided to start on my channel, which should hopefully be like a monthly thing to put out. And then we have another book challenge scheduled after that for How Well Do I Know My Books, and so that'll be coming out the first week of March. And I have my Second and Charles book shopping vlog that I was also able to film while I was in Atlanta on the weekend before Valentine's Day. But right now, with doing that like once a week video thing, it's not coming out till March 12th right now. I might rearrange things, but right now that's kind of how I'm going with things, right, and what I'm thinking of. Starting in March, right now I'll be keeping my February reading vlog all in one, kind of like how I did with January, but March onwards I am planning to switch back to the weekly vlog format that I was last doing on my old channel, and just do that once a week where we have a reading vlog towards the beginning / middle of the week, and then like a proper like booktube video on Fridays, and then maybe sprinkle in a few of these videos in between and see how it goes. And yeah, I know my channel uploading schedule has been changing a few different times, but we're just getting started and I like figuring all of this out, so might as well do it now while everything is new and figure out my way from the start. We got some time to play with, it's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of wrap things up here. Definitely come take a look at that book challenge video coming out this Friday because I'm very excited about it and can't wait to do even more of them going forward. And you know, that's where we be. And yeah, let me know if you're also participating in the Backlist Readathon because yeah, I've missed doing like readathons and I would love to like hopefully find someone who is reading the same titles as I picked, maybe, since unfortunately it didn't work out for me to match anxious people because I'm an anxious people. That's a bad joke. Anyway, if you need me in the meantime, I'll be rereading this.
Pour le jour et un mari pour la nuit. J'ai un amant pour l'amour et un mari pour la vie. Si je le trompe le jour, je suis fidèle la nuit. Ma vie se passe toujours au ciel de lit. Ma vie se prend pour le jour et un